watchful of your poor father's comfort. He turns up at the stage and again seats himself on the cottage stool. The demon examines log of wood, takes up hatchet, points to the wood, intimating he understands the use of it. Agatha appearing at the window. The demon rushes off with the hatchet. Agatha! Enter Agatha from cottage.
Did you call, father?
Sleeps your sweet guest?
Fatigue will soon lull her to repose. I should not have left her had I not thought I heard you call me. Ah, father, someone has punished my negligence by replenishing your basket of violets.
Did you not fill it, Agatha?
No, dear sir. Ah, Felix has forestalled me.
Exit Agatha into cottage again. No person has been there since the departure of Felix. How delightful is the perfume, more exquisite because I am debarred the pleasure of beholding this sweet emblems of spring. The touch and scent elevates my spirit. How ungrateful I am to complain. In the contemplation of thee, O nature, the past will be blotted from my memory. The present is tranquil, and the future glided by bright rays of hope and anticipated joy. He replaces the basket of flowers and returns to his seat, leaning pensively on his cane. The demon enters with a pile of green faggots with foliage on his shoulders and throws them loosely on the stage. Smiles with gratulation at what he has accomplished. Approaches De Lacy, falls flat on his feet and kneels to him and is about to press his hand. De Lacy feels around him with his cane in hand, without the knowledge of anyone being near him and seated all the time, then calls, Agatha! Agatha! The demon instantly retreats into hovel, and Agatha enters from the cottage door. Agatha, child, I pray you lead me in.
Yes, father. Good heavens, why Felix could not return from the forest so quickly. What a quantity of wood.
How?
Here's fuels last us a long time. Surely some kind of spirit watches over us, or how could we have been so bountifully supplied? Come, father, to the cottage. Come.
Agatha leads De Lacy into cottage, afterwards comes forward.
Frankenstein, vain is the endeavour to drive you from my recollection. Each bird that sings, each note of music that I hear, reminds me of the sweet moments of my former love. In vain I view the landscapes round, or climb the highest hill. In vain I listen to the sound of every murmuring rill. For vain is all I hear or see, and Victor dear's far from me. But hark, 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 my love is near. His well-known dulcet notes I hear. Oh yes, my love is near, I hear him in the grove. Soon he will be here and breathe soft vows of love. Oh fly not yet, ye blissful hours. Oh fly not yet away. While love its soft enchanting pours, prolong, prolong your stay. Oh yes, my love is near, I hear him in the grove, and soon he will be here and breathe soft vows of love.
Exit Agatha into cottage. Scene 4, a wild forest. Enter Felix with his gun. Not a shot yet, and eager joy has made my hand so unsteady that there were a fine pheasant to get up, I could not bring it down again. Thy return, sweet Safie, has restored me into existence. When I thought I had lost thee forever, I was occupied by gloomy thoughts, and neither heeded the descent of the evening star, nor the golden sunrise reflected on the lake. But now my love fills my imagination, and all is enjoyment. Thy youthful charms, bright maid, inspire, and grace my favourite theme, whose person kindles soft desire, whose mind secures esteem. Oh, hear me then my flame avow, and fill my heart with joy, a flame which taught by time to grow, no enter ever could destroy. My tender suit with smiles approve, and share the sweets of mutual love. When autumn yields her ripened corn, or winter darkening lowers, with tenderest care I'll soothe thy morn, and cheer thy evening hours. Again when smiling spring returns, we'll breathe the vernal air, and still when summer sultry burns, to woodland walks repair. There seeks retirement sheltered grove, and share the sweets of mutual love. Felix retires upstage. Enter Frankenstein.
In vain do I seek a respite from these dreadful thoughts. Wherever I turn my eyes, I expect to behold a supernatural being. 'Tis seems spring from each woody recess. But on to Agatha and repose.
A traveller, and surely I know his air and manner.
But stranger, Can you direct me to the habitation of old Delays?
Better than most persons, I trust.
How? Felix de Lacy!
The same. Frankenstein, you know, my friend, 'tis long since we have met.
Your strange and sudden disappearance from Paris.
Makes a strange a story with which I shall not now detain you. Come to our humble cottage. Ah, Frankenstein, we have been as poor as mice, and our dwelling is not much lighter than a trap. Egad, I'm overjoyed to see you.
And Agatha?
Is queen of the castle, and between ourselves Frankenstein has still a warm corner of her heart for you. Come, we have only to cross the wood. I'm in high spirits, my friend. I've this day recovered my mistress, but that will make another strange story. This is indeed a lucky day. Sapphi is restored, and I ramble out to kill a pheasant and pop upon a philosopher who is likely to become a brother-in-law.
Any good Christians in the neighborhood?
What have we here?
Real Christians, human beings. Oh, good gentlemen, have you seen it?
It? What?
Ah, that's it. As I live, I saw it an hour ago in the forest.
What do you mean by it?
My hair stood on end like mustard and cress, and so will yours when you see it.
Get you gone. You're tipsy.
I wish I was. As I take it, you are Master Felix of the Valley of the Lake. We've done business together before now.
I know you not.
I mended your kettle the other day. You did me a good turn. One good turn deserves another. I'll put you on your guard. The very devil is abroad.
How?
Ha ha ha! You romancing tinker. And pray how was his worship dressed?
Dressed? Why, it was stark undressed, all but a cloak. You may laugh, but the other gentlemen don't laugh. You may perceive he believes it. I saw it. I saw with this one eye.
One eye?
Yes, I'm blind in the other. A little boy threw a pebble at it, so I've been stone blind ever since. Gentleman, it was 10 foot 6 long, with a head of black lanky locks down to his very elbows.
'Tis the demon!
I lifted up my hammer to strike it, but I was so tremulous that I knocked my own head instead.
What did this strange object?
It didn't speak to me, nor did I to it. I saw it at first in the forest picking acorns and berries, and then, after it had dispersed our tribe, like a ferret among the rats, it took our broth and burned its fingers in our fire.
And what became of this creature?
I wasn't curious enough to inquire. My wife was in fits at the sight of the devil, so I was obliged to keep my one eye upon her.
Your one eye has been pretty well employed. Come, come, gypsy, we'll cross the wood and see if this mountain is to be met.
The good genius of wandering tinkers forbid.
And now, my friend, we'll on to the cottage.
So, I will follow ye.
Exit Felix and Hammerpan.
So, the peasants have already been terrified by the ungainly foe. Ambitious experimentalist, the consciousness of my crime I have committed eternally haunts me. I have indeed drawn a horrible curse on my head. He may be malignant, and delight for its own sake, and a whole country may execrate me as their. Every thought that bears towards my baneful project causes my lips to quiver and my heart to palpitate. But away with these wretched reflections. I must now to the cottage of Felix. Agatha, fairest Agatha, fairest Agatha. Instead of smiles, your lover will meet you with darkened, hopeless despondency.
Exit Frankenstein. Scene 5. Interior of the cottage of De Lacy. The thatched roof in sight. A wood fire. Through an open rustic porch are visible a rivulet, a small wooden bridge, a wooden couch. De Lacy discovered seated thereon, with Agatha next him in attendance. The demon appears through the portico, watching them, and regards Agatha with rapture. Agatha kisses her father's hand, takes a small pail or hand bucket, and trips through the portico onto the bridge to procure water. The demon, having retreated on Agatha's approach, pursues her on the bridge. Agatha, turning suddenly, perceives the demon, screams loudly, and swoons, falling into the rivulet. Gracious heaven, that cry of horror, Agatha! The demon leaps from the bridge and rescues her. Gracious heaven, the cry of horror, Agatha, my sweet child, where art thou? Agatha, Agatha! The demon places Agatha insensible on a bench near DeLacy. This silence, this suspense is dreadful. The demon tenderly guides the hand of DeLacy and places it on Agatha. My child, cold, cold and insensible, this mystery, cruel fate, dead? No, 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 her heart still beats. Kind heaven has saved me that pang. Felix, Felix, where art thou? My dear daughter, for your poor father's sake, revive! Agatha recovers. The demon hangs over them with fondness. Felix and Frankenstein suddenly enter.
Misery! The demon!
What horrid monster is this? Agatha, my father is in danger? The demon retreats. Felix discharges his gun and wounds the demon, who writhes under the wound. In desperation, pulls a burning branch from the fire, rushes at them, beholds Frankenstein, in agony of feeling, dashes through the portico. Sapphi enters to Agatha. Hurried music. Tell us, what form was there? With anxious fear inquiring. Saw you its eye, the hideous glare, terrific dread inspiring. The demon is seen climbing out the outside of the portico. He bursts through the thatch with burning brand. The fiend of sin, with ghastly grin, behold the cottage firing! The demon hangs up to the rafters, setting light to the thatch and rafters by malignant joy as part of the building fall. Groups of gypsies appear on the bridge, and through the burning apertures will join in the chorus. Beware, beware, the hideous glare, the fiend of sin with ghastly grin, behold the cottage firing. Felix forces his way through the flames with his father and Sapphi. Frankenstein rushes out to Agatha. End of Act 2. Act 3, Scene 1. The Garden of Elizabeth at Belrive. Morning. Enter Clerval from terrace entrance.
Timothy? Timothy, it's your...